peeps from the Southeast
Conference.
And-
We're talking about my darling team. I mean, they've been my darling team ever since
I'm sorry.
Jake Bentley come in last year. I'm emotional right now. I kind of want to cry. I want some tacos. Feed me now. Some tissues. But I don't think it's as bad as people think.
I don't know what you have the floor for this one. Just go ahead and
No. I mean, you got
vent to me.
You
vent
got-
to me. Let me have your feelings about South Carolina.
My
Give
feelings
them to
on
me.
South Carolina. I'll give you the good and the bad. My bad feelings, which makes me frustrated more than anything. Okay, I know South Carolina runs an RPO. I know South Carolina. I do not think South Carolina players played bad. I think their defense played good for what kind of defense they have. They held Kentucky to never broke big runs off besides late in the game when the quarterback scrambled and iced it. But they held Snell, which is an elite running back. They held him. I think his longest run was 12 yards. Their defense did good. I think Jake Bentley showed up to play. I think he did good. I think he had his best game. He passed for 304 yards. He hasn't done that all season. But what killed South Carolina was the run game. Why do you only run the ball? You have three great running backs in Tyson Williams, Rico Dowdle, and A.J. Turner.
Well, we did touch on in the Kentucky recap and preview that they do have the best run defense in the SEC.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so maybe that wasn't the game plan, but okay. So
But maybe
20
not
attempts.
rushing the ball helps Kentucky have the best run defense.
Yeah,
in the SEC, so.
just look, they only ran the ball 20 times that game. If you look at the stats, South Carolina only had 14 first downs, passed the ball, 304 yards passing. Jake
That's pretty
Bentley.
solid.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
solid.
that's solid.
Jake Bentley had
He's
a solid
not the
game.
issue. He's not the issue.
Jake
South
Bentley
Carolina.
is not the issue. The receivers are not the issue. I think
being
it's
out,
it's
well,
a scheme.
now it might be an issue.
Oh yeah,
Debo.
we'll bring that out. Debo Samuel, he did break his leg.
That's a big blow for South Carolina.
That's a big blow. Look what he did. I mean, 2 kickoff returns, at least 3 huge plays. I mean, you've only played 3 huge. He's had 5 monstrous games.
He was on pace
5
to be,
monstrous plays.
He was on pace
And
to be
there's-
he was, in my opinion, the best wide receiver in SEC football.
I think he's
Possibly
best in
the
the
country.
country. I think he's best in the country.
Right.
What he's done through 3 games, I mean, dude, you have to put him on a Heisman watch.
Now, if he was
If he
on
would've-
like a,
if he would have continued
but
this,
not anymore with you being out, you're not gonna get to New York.
we're gonna try to update you on that status because Will Muschamp said he was out for the whole season.
They're gonna keep him down. They're gonna, because he got in trouble. I'm pretty sure he got in trouble for what
He
his
tweeted out from the hospital that he'd only be out 6 weeks. Will Muschamp in his press conference said the whole season. There'll be more clarity probably next Tuesday because I think that's when most teams give their injury updates and reports.
And as week by week, you get a little more in depth.
Yeah,
when
you'll
he
get a
starts
little bit
getting
more
better.
depth of why he said 6 weeks. And I like the guy even more because he's motivated. He's ready to come back. He said 6 weeks.
Well, he knows he's a key player for them.
He is a key player. South Carolina does have other weapons.
And we do know when he left late in the game, like
It's fourth quarter.
fourth quarter. So I mean, you can't solely say that him leaving lost the game. But
No, they scored a touchdown. They scored
the game
because
was close though.
He
and when he left,
He caught the ball for I think it was 11-yard completion for him. Got rolled up, broke his leg. He left the game, and I'm not sure if it was that drive or the following drive for South Carolina that they come back and scored the touchdown. So when he left the game, technically it was 6-23. My previews from this, you got to run the ball. I mean, you need to practice that. I know you run the RPO. Maybe, I mean, even if the box is stacked, just have a power run play. Just take it off of Jake Bentley's hand. He is a great quarterback. He's not the issue. But you're putting all this weight on an 18-year-old sophomore.
That's
And,
ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. to
He's
think about that.
he's performing up to standards. Look at, I mean, his 24 for 37. Solid. Those are solid numbers. 304 passing yards. But you want to help this guy out. You have you have running backs. I mean, the running backs, maybe they're not running hard enough. But in the game, I watched the game. A.J. Turner, he was breaking off 5+ yard runs each time he had the ball. But like I said, they divided them up. I feel like Bobby Bentley, which is the running backs coach, I feel like he was rotating them in and out way too fast, not letting the running back get in the groove of the game. And then Kurt Roper, he was not calling enough designed strictly run plays. And when he did, he always wanted to get to the outside. Maybe that was something he's seen on the film against Kentucky. But 20 times, I feel like South Carolina, you have a elite quarterback. You want the ball in his hands more times, but you want to run the ball at least 30 times a game.
Yeah, especially in the SEC.
Especially in the SEC.
It's becoming more, especially this year. If you look at the trends throughout all the games, the teams that rush the ball better, more attempts, better rushing yards and yards per rush, they end up winning the ball game.
Yeah, you're not Georgia. I mean, you don't have a Nick Chubb
Or
and
Sony
you don't-
Michel.
Yeah, or Sony
He's
Michel.
back this week.
They're running the ball 54 times. I'm not telling South Carolina to do that. I'm saying get it up between 30 and 35 runs.
You got to at least break 25 to 30.
20. Yeah, I mean 20. You can't. 20 is unacceptable.
To be honest,
I mean, you got
Missouri.
you got-
Even if you do more of a passing offense and a little pace, I know South Carolina doesn't necessarily do that.
tempo.
but-
That's why they need to run the ball because
but
they're
you
not a
still gotta-
tempo school.
But you still gotta get 25 rush.
At least.
Rushing.
That's the minimum. 25. Another thing they need to tighten up. They missed. They need a field goal kicker. I think Will Muschamp did name somebody Parker White or somebody like that.
They might need tryouts like the Gators did. last year.
Yeah, hey, go to the soccer team, call somebody up. He missed. I mean, momentum was on the Gamecock side at the beginning of the game. First play, Deebo Samuel went 68 yards. Extra point was missed. They're right there. And then after that, every time South Carolina got close enough to kick a field goal, granted, some of them were long. I think the longest one attempted was 54 yards, but everything else was a little bit closer than that. He missed all of them. Wasn't even close.
That's a game.
He did make one, but there was
that's 9 points. That's well, you still lose by a point.
yeah, but it makes it closer.
Makes it a lot. I mean, Kentucky might have done something different.
Yeah, I mean, you got to know you didn't, but that could have helped the game flow. Very disappointing. I mean, I don't know. I blame that loss on the coaching staff. I don't think it'll ever happen again because it was a sellout game. It was a blackout game. First home game of the season. Why the athletic director Ray Turner issued an apology letter to fans, I have no idea. Because Gamecock fans are loyal. We'll get over this. It hurt for a couple of days, but they'll get on. Let's preview.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. All right, let's preview South Carolina. Their next game is LA Tech with
See
an
how
up-tempo power offense. Let's
They
see.
played. I'm pretty sure they played Mississippi State this year.
You think they did?
I think so.
We'll have to recap. What do you think South Carolina needs to do in order to come?
Run the ball.
Run the ball.
Run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. That should be an emphasis this week. Run the ball. You got to run it more than 20 times, and you got to at least get more than 54 yards in the first place. But if you run the ball, I feel like you should beat Louisiana Tech. You should beat them.
You should
see
beat.
how
I mean,
bounced
like,
back
they
this
could
week
be
without
this.
Debo. That'd be something. That's
Yeah,
something to
how
look
they bounce
for.
back.
Who else do they feature?
This
in
could
the offense?
actually help. This could actually help because they have a lot of weapons.
Somebody else
They're
gotta
tied
step
in
up.
for it. Hayden Hurst. He's all
Is he healthy?
Yeah, he's healthy.
Okay.
He was down for a couple of days. I think it was cramps or bruising.
Ankle, something like
Bruising.
that.
But Hayden Hurst is back, and even after that, they have deep tight end core, deep running backs, and their receiving core is deep. I mean, they're not compared. Like, I'm not comparing any of their other receivers to Deebo Samuel. I think he's an elite player. He's in a league of his own. But they have the talent
Well,
there.
with Debo being out, and you
Can
have Hayden
they-
Hurst a lot of more play action, so with that you're going to get Hayden Hurst involved a little bit more.
I'm gonna get
So-
Brian Edwards,
So
Smith.
now you're going to have a lot more rushing yards in order to create the play
Exactly,
action. So it'll be
exactly.
something interesting to look out for. Louisiana Tech, you got to get a big lead. I mean, it's going to be a close. I feel like this game's going to be a little closer than what people might think.
I
this
think
possibly
it's
upset.
It's
But I highly doubt
South
it, though.
Carolina
Highly
is,
doubt it.
is favored by 10
That's
just
a-
according to Vegas betting line.
That's
That's close.
give credit to South Carolina for scheduling this game right here.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of
They
you can
have not
easily
had.
schedule
I
it.
mean, this is supposed to be a cupcake game for South Carolina. Is it? Probably not. This
Probably
is
more of a cookie.
this is one of the SEC. This is probably my upset game of the week. Even though, but I don't really
against
think.
a non-power 5 school.
Yeah, against a non-power 5 school. This is my upset game of the week. LA Tech at South Carolina. I think they have the offense to do it, but I don't think the coaching staff. I think they're very disappointed in their performance from last week. I think they'll come out hot. It is at Williams-Brice. I think the fans will show up. It probably ain't going to be sold out like it was last week.
It might
but
be. You mean
It might be. It might be. But I mean, the fans will be there to support the school, and the coaching staff. I think they learned their lesson, and I think South Carolina comes out hot, and either it's an upset or South Carolina wins big.
Oh, duh. Oh, well. Who do you like?
Yeah, I like South Carolina. Not big, but maybe big. It depends on how mad they come out and if they execute. Who do you like?
If it was on the road, I would like Louisiana Tech, but since South Carolina's at home, I like South Carolina. But I don't think it's going to cover the spread.
You don't think you think it's closer than that?
A touchdown.
You think it's touchdown? 7 points. Don't think it's covering the spread. All right, there. For all you betting people, there you go.
Don't take the spread.
Don't take the spread.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, like and
Subscribe.
Grunk Spike, bam!